Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to look at something from Cleer. This is a true wireless. This is their Roam Sport. We've done a lot of Cleer products, mainly because they make some really good products, and I like products that are, somewhat the underdog. They're not so much as known as like Sony and other brands like that, but they do as good, or if not even better, job. Opening these up, you'd have the Roam inside there. There's a charging cable, and the wing tips, and of course your documentation. Get into here and open this up. Here's your cable. Here's your extra tips in 3 different sizes, and also these wing things right here that go on the side of the air. You have those in different sizes as well. Just put all that off to the side for now. Put those right there. And we'll get a good look at these. Got them in the gray USB. Right off the bat, yes, you're going to notice this. It looks just like the old Alley case. Right here. Very similar design, and I love the way this looked. So I'm so happy that it's similar with this design here. Of course, the IMs on the inside are different looking. These are more towards sport, and these right here are the old Alley, the original Alley, which I still have. They work just fine. You get these. They have your little wing here to fit in your ear, which means they stay in your ear quite well. Some nice tips, very comfortable. This has touch and everything else on it. You can see there the Cleer logo. Very nice looking product. Put that off to the side. Put that off to the side as well. Okay, so these feature a lot of different things. They have IPX4, water resistance, which means you can take these jogging on your bicycle, hiking to the gym, and they should be safe, sweat, and basic water. Obviously not going to swim with these. They have aptX adaptive, which is very good, which means they have some very good codes for listening to music. You get better than the average listening experience out of that. The call quality on this, on the receiving end, it was clear. They're not like the top of the line for call quality, in my opinion. On some devices, on some Android devices, they actually sounded quite clear and decent on my end. I noticed on other devices they were okay. Of course, I'm used to like things with 4 or 5 microphones or something, so maybe that is the difference or whatever. But if you're just taking calls and it's just a casual thing, I mean, you're not making a cinematic movie, they should work just fine for that. ANC is very good. It is, if I have the ratings over here, it is 25 decibels. I am used to now like 40 and up. So, it does a decent job, and it can be customized via the app, and we'll get into the app in just a minute. So the packaging is nice, it's simple, it's environmentally friendly as well. It looks good. There's enough documentation on it to tell you the different things. Going over it. Qualcomm, which is probably why I think on Apple products that the sound like during calls is even worse from what I've heard. I don't have an Apple phone, so I can't do the call quality there. Different things, ANC. You get 5 hours of playback time, additional 15 hours with case, and of course they're made for active people. Thus the IPX4. They look good, as we can see from this picture here that I took. A little bit clearer of the Cleer. The gray is the Roam Sport. The red is the original Alley, which you can probably still get, I guess, but they've made so much more improvements. They have you have this one too as well, which is the Alley 2 Plus, which is their latest Alley, and this has ANC and everything, and this is really good, and these have lasted me a long time, and I like these a lot too. So let's see what I wrote in my notes. I wrote the comfort is excellent. The wings, I just had to change the wings because the original size that was on it was just, it didn't make a good seal, so I went to the smaller size. Once they had a tight seal and everything was good, there was good passive isolation as well as the ANC. Looking at it here. Like I said, the call quality on my end was decent. I could hear everything clear. 90% of the time I didn't have any issues with that. Connectivity was decent. I didn't have any issues with that as well. And the range seemed good, even though like I honestly never leave my phone somewhere and walk about or listen to the computer with the true wireless or anything like that. So it worked for me. The Roam Sport is $99, so it's at the lower end. It's a good budget gym kind of partner thing, and look how small this case is. You just fit that right in your hand, in your pocket, or whatever. Support for audio formats, MP3, SBC, aptX, adaptive. And we covered the battery life. It's got Bluetooth 5.2 on it as well. Now, sound-wise, that's the most important thing, because like all of this doodads and fanfare isn't worth anything if they don't sound good. They sound good. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. And this is stock. I'm not using the app with any EQ, although I did later on. It's fair on Bluetooth. I do use EQ on Bluetooth if it's a part of an app, because I figure that's fair. On everything else, when I'm listening to high-res files, I don't use EQ at all. Never. Don't ask me. Sometimes I'll use bass boost, like when I'm using the Griffin or something, but for the most part I don't use EQ of any sorts. So I like the way they look. They're sporty, and they should be. They're called the Roam Sport, and there is a Roam model too, but I don't have that model as well to compare. So I'm just going to tell you about these. Sound-wise, balanced, very good balanced. As a default, it's balanced. There's a mild lift in the bass there, and that can be customized via the app to anything you want. It's got the standard presets, like pop, rock, flat, etc. Bass, mids, and highs presented well balanced. I put clear with decent soundstage, especially for a closed TWS. Soundstage was very good. Vocals sounded decent, and overall it had a really good kind of fun yet well-defined kind of signature. So that's good for a true wireless. Bluetooth devices, we're not going to get into too much overly detailed or anything, about technicalities or anything else like that. But ultimately, it does sound good for the gym. And I think the majority of people will like the sound for this. And that is, of course, depending on your fit. Remember, with anything wireless, wired, if it doesn't fit in your ear right, it's not going to sound right. Just remember that. And sound is subjective because everybody's ear is different. Everybody's hearing is different. The shape of the internal of the ear is different. So, as a matter of fact, your left and right ear is different. So thinking about this one, this is a good kind of sporty device for active people who want to use something and don't worry about the sweat or anything else like that at the gym. Don't worry about a little drizzle outside. This is a good budget offering at $99, I think. And I know that's not cheap. There probably are ones out there for $30 and stuff like that. But this is made well, and this will last you years to come, as proof by the Alley, which came out in like 2018 or something, and I used the heck out of these, and they're still working fine. They charge just fine. So this should last you many, many years of gym use and fun. It is USB-C, by the way, whereas the original, show you how old this is, it's USB micro. Held up perfectly well. Everything I've had from Cleer has held up over the years. From the headphones to every true wireless they've had, and everything in between that I've had from the speaker I still use. As a matter of fact, it's on my desk over there. Love it. So great product. Hope this video was informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you somewhere out on the internet. Be safe.